Welcome to A Voice to Come Home to. This meditation is for moments when you feel tired or overwhelmed, when there's a sense of having carried too much for too long, and even small things begin to feel heavy. You don't need to gather yourself before we begin. You don't need to arrive calm or ready. This is a place to stop for a while. If it feels comfortable, allow your body to settle into whatever position you're in right now. Sitting, lying down, or leaning back. You don't need to find the best position, just one that doesn't require effort. When overwhelm builds, it often happens gradually, not always from one big thing, but from many small demands stacking up over time. Decisions, responsibilities, emotions, noise. Eventually, the system reaches a point where it's simply tired of holding everything. If that's where you are right now, there's nothing wrong with you. It's a natural response to sustained effort. So rather than trying to relax or calm yourself, we'll begin by allowing the body to stop doing quite so much. Notice the weight of your body, the places where you're already being supported, the surface beneath you doing the work of holding you up. You don't need to sink into it. Just noticing that you don't have to hold yourself up entirely on your own right now. If it feels okay, bring your attention to areas of your body that often carry the most effort. The shoulders, the jaw, the hands, the belly. You don't need to change anything there. Just noticing how much work those areas have been doing. When we're overwhelmed, the body often stays in a state of readiness, even when there's nowhere to go and nothing immediate to respond to. That readiness can feel like tension, fatigue, or a sense of being done. It doesn't mean you're failing. It means your system is asking for a pause. You might notice your breathing now, noticing it without trying to guide it. When the body is tired, breathing can feel shallow or quiet. That's okay. There's no need to take deeper breaths or slow anything down. Just letting the breath be part of the background. If your mind feels busy or foggy, that's common with overwhelm. Sometimes the mind races. Sometimes it feels dull or scattered. Both are signs of a system that's been asked to do too much for too long. You don't need to sharpen your focus here. You don't need to clear your thoughts. This is a place where mental effort can soften. If it feels helpful, you can gently bring attention to your back, the part of your body that's often holding you upright, noticing whether it can lean just a little more into support. You don't need to force anything. Even a small shift is enough. Overwhelm often comes with the feeling that there's more to do than you have the capacity for. So if you notice thoughts about unfinished tasks or responsibilities, you don't need to resolve them right now. You're not forgetting them. You're allowing them to wait. For these few minutes, nothing needs your attention. You may notice sensations of heaviness beginning to appear, or a sense of sinking, or a feeling of dullness or quiet. Or you may not notice much change at all. All of these experiences are welcome. This meditation isn't measuring progress. It's offering rest. If your body feels restless, you don't need to correct that. Restlessness can show up when the body isn't sure it's allowed to stop. So if you feel the urge to move, stretch, or adjust, you can let that happen gently. Movement can be part of resting. Sometimes when we finally pause, emotions that have been held back begin to surface. If that happens, you don't need to push them away. You also don't need to engage with them deeply. They can be present without being examined. This is not a place for processing. It's a place for easing the load. If it feels supportive, you can imagine setting something down, not symbolically or dramatically, just the simple sense of not carrying quite so much. You don't need to name what it is. You're allowing the body to feel a little less burdened. You might notice moments where your attention drifts away. You may lose track of the words. That's completely fine. You don't need to stay engaged. You can let the sound of this voice remain in the background without listening closely. Rest doesn't require focus. When we're tired or overwhelmed, the nervous system often needs reassurance through consistency rather than instruction. So this time is steady and unchanging. Nothing surprising is going to happen. You don't need to stay alert. You're allowed to settle. If you notice the body wanting to become still, you can allow that. If you notice the body wanting to shift, you can allow that too. There's no posture to maintain. You may notice that time feels different here, slower or less defined. That's natural when the system begins to come out of constant effort. You don't need to track how long you've been resting, just letting yourself be here. If thoughts return about what you should be doing, you can acknowledge that part of you cares about responsibilities, and you can still choose to rest for now. Rest doesn't erase responsibility. It restores capacity. As this meditation continues, you may notice a sense of quiet spreading, or a gentle heaviness, or simply a feeling of not needing to respond. Or you may notice none of these things. Rest isn't always dramatic. Sometimes it's simply the absence of demand. If it feels right, you can silently remind yourself, I'm allowed to stop. You don't need to repeat it, just letting the idea register. As this time begins to come to a close, there's no need to shift quickly. You can remain where you are for a few moments longer. If you're continuing with your day, you can begin to reorient slowly when you're ready. Small movements, opening your eyes, letting yourself come back gently. And if you're listening at a time when sleep feels natural, you don't need to do anything at all. You can remain here. This is a place you can return to whenever tiredness or overwhelm builds. You don't need to reach a breaking point. You don't need to justify the pause. You're allowed to rest before everything feels urgent. You don't need to carry everything alone. For now, you can rest here.